Hey everybody, here come the fake polls. So this is a form of gaslighting. Gaslighting is a psychological torture technique. It can be used against an individual or a group of individuals, or in this case, an entire population. So this is a form of gaslighting because when you go outside or when you talk to your peers, it is clear that Donald Trump has more organic support than Hillary Clinton. The numbers that I pointed out in the last video, the most recent Donald Trump rally were about 65,000 people in attendance. The most recent Hillary Clinton rally, if you can call it that, about 3,000 people. So the media is covering this up through the use of things like camera angles and through outright deception. And now I'm going to focus my energy just on the New York Times because they are one of the biggest papers in the United States. A liberal bias to be sure, but a paper that a lot of people read. And I'm in many ways very liberal by myself. I hold many liberal views that are very important to me. And I'm talking about this because what I see is an outright deception. It's an outright attempt to shut Donald Trump and his supporters out of this election for some reason, and it's not being properly discussed. We don't know why this is happening or who's ordered it, but it's a very real thing. The media has marching orders here. The media, I've been on CNN, I've been on Fox, I've been on hundreds of shows, and I have my own following from the articles I've written for years. My Huffington Post column up until recently, and I have real concerns here that they are doing something incredibly dishonest, that they are jettisoning hundreds of years of free speech protections and of press protections to get this woman in there. And I want to know why. I want to know why the establishment is so hell-bent, not on a progressive getting in, not on a liberal getting in, not even on a Democrat getting in. They are specifically hell-bent on this woman getting the White House. And to the exclusion of all else, to the exclusion of fact and honesty and commitment to their own party. You know what they did to Bernie Sanders and his supporters? The more I read about it, it's disgraceful. Those people never had a chance. They were putting their time into something that the DNC had already decided would be given to Hillary Clinton, as if she's some selected royalty rather than a politician who is running for election. It's very creepy and unacceptable in my view. And I have some problems with the GOP for sure, but you got to hand it to them. This is a party that's been out of power for the past 8 years, and although they fought tooth and nail to keep Donald Trump out, the numbers were so overwhelming, Trump's support was so overwhelming, that at the end of the day they let him become the nominee. And that really says something, whereas the one that people liked on the left, Bernie Sanders, was shut out and had the media attacking him in much the same way that they're now attacking Donald Trump. And so the fake poll numbers are, to me, beyond the pale. New York Times is tweeting out stuff showing that Hillary Clinton has between an 81% to 86% chance of winning the election. I'm sorry, folks, that is gaslighting. It's psychological torture. When you go outside, it's clear that Hillary Clinton has no real organic support. I was in a very liberal neighborhood last night. The bumper stickers, a few bumper stickers that were in support of Bernie and hadn't been scraped off yet. One bumper sticker said, "I don't know, not Trump though, 2016. That's not exactly overwhelming support for Hillary Clinton. Not a single Hillary Clinton bumper sticker. And let's just go through some of these tweets that the New York Times has been sending out this weekend. This is outright propaganda. And again, I am one of these people. I am media. And the media has always been lazy and biased. If you want them to cover a story, you have to do about 99% of the research yourself. And you have to spoon feed the important parts to the producer or to the segment supervisor to get it through. They've always been lazy and politically biased. We know that. But what's happening in this election cycle is quite different. It is Orwellian. It is like someone just flipped a switch, and we've got full-blown 1984 stuff right now, where Hillary Clinton is the great leader we all must support, and Donald Trump is sexist and racist, and somebody we all must despise. But why must we despise this moderate businessman who is essentially the internet's candidate this time around? You know, he's a little too abrasive and loud for some of the people in the Midwest, but they're still going to get behind him. Between him or a woman who is very vicious but forgetful based on her WikiLeaks emails. She is a vicious, narcissistic woman who is forgetful. Those are not good leadership qualities. That's actually the recipe for disaster, in my view. So the New York Times just 3 minutes ago tweeted out, Hillary Clinton abruptly left a 9/11 ceremony in New York after she became, quote, overheated. And then here's a quote from the Clinton spokesman. During the ceremony, she felt overheated, so she departed to go to her daughter's apartment and is feeling much better. So they run as fact a quote from Clinton's spokesman. This is PR. It's PR to say that she was overheated. It's not the heat that got to her. Nobody else had that happen to them in the audience. Is it abnormally hot right now? No, she is in the late stages of dealing with a very serious neurological disorder. And this is propaganda to say that she was merely overheated. You would think that when the cameras are on her and when she's giving a 9/11 ceremony, that she would not leave unless her health were in jeopardy. A little bit of overheating, whatever that is. We are warm-blooded animals. We can deal with slight changes in temperature. At least I hope so if you're running for president. This was not overheating. This is yet again a sign that something is seriously wrong with Hillary Clinton's health. And if you go on YouTube, you just go in the search box above me talking and you type in Hillary Clinton seizure or Hillary Clinton exposed or anything like that, you will see stuff that is clearly out of the ordinary. And some people have tried to say to me, isn't that just her sneezing? Look, I'm 30 years old. I've seen plenty of sneezes in my life. Whatever Hillary Clinton is dealing with is not a sneeze. It's not a case of the Trump allergies, whatever those are, and it's not overheating. She is dealing with a serious neurological disorder, and as early as 2012, her staffers were looking into fairly exotic medications to deal with some of the symptoms of that. This is corroborated by the WikiLeaks emails themselves. This is propaganda and to cover up what the New York Times is doing. This is not journalism to run tweets like this. Our election forecast updated multiple times a day, often in response to new polls. Hillary Clinton has an 81% chance of winning the presidency. Outright propaganda, outright gaslighting to make you doubt what you see and hear all around you so that you don't go to the polls, so that you stay at home because you think that a Hillary Clinton win is inevitable because she has some wealthy elites on her side and some hollowed out corporate media, that she is inevitably going to win this thing. I would argue quite the opposite. Mathematically, this isn't an ideological thing. I'm good at predicting things. Mathematically, I don't see a path to victory for her. And increasingly, the public is seeing that she's hiding from them. That's not good. When you're running for president and the election is only 2 months away, why are you hiding from the population? Why are you giving closed-door $100,000 per plate dinners in Martha's Vineyard, yet not addressing the press, yet not really explaining what is going on with your health, that you can only say a few words and then you have to depart? What the hell is going on here? And then the New York Times, several times over this weekend, has tweeted a link to this New York Times opinion piece, which is also propaganda. Are Donald Trump's attacks on Hillary Clinton sexist? And this has been retweeted multiple times this weekend by the New York Times. Their opinion piece asking if it's sexist. Is it racist? Is it sexist? How about you get a new narrative? How about he's not racist or sexist to call out the endless war and endless surveillance and corruption that Hillary Clinton represents? And this is based on her own emails. Why did we go into Libya? Why did we expend military resources and lose some of our own servicemen and women? Why did we do this? And the massive loss of the massive loss of civilians over there. Why did we do this? Was this a national security move? Was Libya going to invade the United States? Or was this, as the emails suggest, just a handout of oil rights to our partners and just a favor to some of Hillary Clinton's elitist banking cartel friends who were unhappy with Gaddafi's plan to move into a gold-based currency? That doesn't sound to me like reasons to put American lives on the line to protect the profits of one of Hillary Clinton's backers. That, to me, is unacceptable. but other researchers can dig further into Libya. I just want to focus this video on the propaganda that Americans are being hit with by their own media. Media that should be protecting us is instead trying to push us to vote for a woman who is a predator, who is a vicious, forgetful predator suffering from some kind of neurological disorder, which she has attempted to cover up, which obviously has blown up spectacularly in her face, the cover up, because here we are talking about it. Another New York Times tweet: Hillary Clinton addressed theories about a coughing attack with humor and antihistamines, again pushing the narrative that she's suffering from some kind of allergies. This is propaganda. This is dishonest. It is not a mere allergy reaction. Again, serious neurological disorder. Again, seeking out exotic prescriptions from at least 2012 onward to battle some of the symptoms of this disorder. And then after all the corruption that has been outed surrounding the Clinton Foundation, the New York Times has the nerve to run another New York Times opinion piece questioning whether Mr. Trump engages in pay-to-play politics. Okay, after you sift through the last 15 years of corruption and foreign donations and pay-to-play influence within the Clinton Foundation and within the highest levels of U.S. government, thanks to Hillary Clinton's time as Secretary of State, once you've sifted through those things as a media outlet and as a newspaper, you're more than welcome to criticize any potential conflict of interest that Mr. Trump has shown, but to put these two things on the same level is obscene and is, again, propaganda. And then you have a tweet that appears to be just a campaign advertisement, but is actually a tweet and article from the New York Times itself. A look inside Hillary Clinton's new campaign plane. Wow, real hard-hitting journalism there. So this stuff sickens me, and that's why I'm speaking out about it. Again, I'm still very liberal in many respects. There are a number of Democrats that I like and support dearly, but in this case, Donald Trump is clearly the internet's candidate, and the attacks against him are so organized that it makes me wonder, why are they so afraid of this man? Why are they so afraid of the fact that mathematically it seems like the working class, which has not encountered the kind of economic recovery that MSNBC touts every day, that is again propaganda. It seems like the working class, and it seems like retirees who've been forced to Uber part-time and all this other stuff just to stay afloat, it seems like they have not encountered the economic recovery that the Obama administration claims has happened in America. And I think a number of those people are going to go to the polls, and I think a number of those people are not going to vote for Hillary Clinton. So we have a lot of unanswered questions here. Thank you guys for watching. And if you are new, hit the red button below so you get all my future videos whenever you're logged in to YouTube.
This house is sure gone crazy.